You're watching my favorite YouTube channel, Chillmonger. You know, one of my other favorite YouTube channels, Big Afford Entertainment's here. And
Yes,
then
sir.
Danny Comic Chat, The Road to Wisdom. The Marvels is a movie coming out. There are three characters in here who are going to be highly focused on. And I think I could say that I'm more positive about the Kamala Khan appearance, the Ms. Marvel character, than any of the three. Anzo, who you got?
I got Monica Rambeau. I think she's gonna have maybe one of the best arcs, to be honest with you.
Speak up a little bit.
So maybe she's gonna be having one of the best arcs. So I'm going with Monica Rambeau.
And that leaves Danny.
I'm going with Captain Marvel because now she's not going to see whether or not she can stand her own because she was sandwiching between Infinity War and sandwiching between Endgame. And people saying that's the reason why she made this. So now she has no one to stand. She has no crutches. She's going to have to make it on her own. I think she can do it. Brie Larson probably a little pissed off because,
Yeah.
look, this should be my movie. I got to take these other two people on. So I think she's going to try and prove her worth. And I think she's going to be the star of this upcoming movie.
See, that's the thing. She had amnesia the first movie. She was not herself. Just the character we were introduced to in that first movie is not who she's supposed to be and who she is going to be coming up out of this movie. Captain Marvel has a case. The only thing is, like, she's very disliked, and that may not rub off because it's the same woman with the same face. People are going to be like, ugh.
The actress is just like not so much the character, the actress. You got to separate that.
Believe me, I can separate an actor from a character.
And I agree with you, Danny, but I think a lot of the people out there don't separate the actor from the character, right? So because they hate the actor, they're gonna boycott the movie. You know, they're gonna.
I can see that, but she has some badass moments in Endgame where she came in and she pretty much pulled their butt out of the bacon. So I think that kind of gave her a little bit of a pass to some people, not all people, but the ones that are the truest or the purest of the actual the movie, and not so much taking what she's saying off camera. And a lot of times, like you said, I agree with you. It's hard to separate stuff said off camera versus because you got she pissed off the white male demographic. Some words she said didn't piss me off, but hey, that's just me. But I hope that she has. I think she had. Well, I definitely think she got the most upswing on this. Now I think she's going to prove herself. And I hope that the writers wrote her in that way. That look, I can carry a movie by myself. I can be the lead. I think the other two can be more the supporting, and I think she's going to be the head dog.
She will be the head dog. This is Captain Marvel 2. That contract she signed earlier, like 5 years ago, had a couple of movies in lead and a couple of movies in cameo. This is one of the lead character ones that is off that contract. When we look at Monica Rambeau, this is sort of a new introduction to her. We haven't seen her since WandaVision, which was a long time ago, and it's not like it was her show the way Kamala Khan had her whole show off of her. This is and the first time we saw her, she was a kid. So people are not even going to realize that it's the same character. Monica Rambeau, it's not that she's going to be elevated, which of course she will be after getting this movie. It's that we've never known her.
You see, here's the thing, and I agree with you. You're kind of right about that, but I think they are pushing her because if you watch WandaVision, she had a big role in that, right?
She had a role.
It was pretty big, right? Because they showed her origin, right? She had that little fight, like she was in almost every episode. And now I'm like, okay, so now they're putting her in Miss Marvel. I think they're going to try to elevate her even further. So that's what I'm saying. I have a feeling like they have big things to come with her. And these two movies, well, the show and the movie, are going to elevate her in that way.
Do you believe she'll have the final blow against the villain?
Absolutely not. No.
Who's going to get it?
It's going to be Miss Marvel, for sure.
Thank you. I got the same vibes. Captain Marvel is not getting the final blow, Danny. Do you think so?
Oh, wait. No, it is. Sorry, I made a mistake.
If it's her movie, she better get it. I'd be pissed off if I didn't get it.
Ms. Marvel's the one that they're more behind. I feel like they know that who they have with Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. I've seen that she's upset, or at least I've got rumors that she's upset with her the movie, the performance, and everything that's happening in it. That's probably because this is going to be very focused on Kamala Khan.
See, I have where you're wrong, and this isn't a spoiler. We've seen it in the trailer. We see Monica Rambeau say to Captain Marvel, go do your thing. Can't remember exact words. And then they show that scene where she's fighting the villain. So it's going to be her fighting the villain at the end of it. I hate to say it. I wish it would have been Monica Rambeau, but it's going to be her. Yeah, she's
I
going to
think
get fun.
I think each one is going to have their own little villain. You know, like in a lot of these other movies, you'll see somebody is the protagonist for one particular character, and there's another protagonist. It's like gotta go settle this score. So I think it's gonna be like there's gonna be some scores gonna be settled because somebody in this movie is gonna do something to make Miss Marvel look bad or whatever. And she's gonna get back at her. Somebody's gonna push Monica Rambeau buttons, and then at the end they're gonna face off and then take care of it. Kind of like we see the separate fight scenes and stuff, but the guns, it got to be Miss Marvel. It doesn't make sense. I mean, Captain
Carol.
Marvel. It does not make sense for her to be the big dog in her own movie and then not kill the main villain or dispatch the main villain. That would be crazy to me.
I think they. Sorry, Joe. I was going to say. I think they may tag team the villain at the end, but the final blow will be Captain Marvel.
I agree.
Yeah.
Nick Fury is here. This is said to be a sequel not only to WandaVision and to Ms. Marvel. This is a sequel to Secret Invasion. See, I disagree. I think that show was built to be like a circular story where we created this conflict, we solved it after 6 episodes, and we'll never talk about it again. But with this character, Nick Fury, I got no expectations. They don't know what they're doing with him. So I'm very unenthusiastic about him. If anyone's going to get elevated, it really is Kamala Khan, guys.
I think she may get elevated, but to be the top dog, I don't think so. And I agree with you with Nick Fury. I think Nick Fury is in there to put a little bit more butts in the seats. I think Secret Invasion, while some people didn't like it, it was good to the 6th episode. The final episode is it did not stick the landing.
Yes.
The episodes prior to the last episode was fantastic. Those of us that were on the roundtable already said this was the best MCU product that they put out on Disney Plus until that 6th episode. It didn't stick the landing. It was getting A's, A pluses all the way on the round table that we were on, me and Lonzo and a few others. But then that last one, it took it away. From being an A plus, it knocked it down to about a C plus. And it's bad to say, but it's true.
What do you think about Nick Fury, Anzo?
I think he's just in there for fan service. He's gonna have a few role, maybe just to explain where he is or where they're at this time period. But yeah, he's probably just gonna be there just to be there, like Danny said, to put people in the seats. But what I will say about you and your Miss Marvel being elevated, because we already know how you felt about the series, right?
Oh, the way it's changed their powers, yeah, that was something else.
Yeah, but you also like the series, right? You liked it, right?
Yeah, it was one of the strongest. Yeah.
See, so here's the thing: a lot of people don't have that same kind of thought as you on the series. Yeah, it's kind of like, no, that was garbage, right? So WandaVision wasn't great, but I think the character of Monica Rambeau is a better character than Kamala Khan was. So I think if they had to move forward, because Kamala Khan seems like one of those little jokey characters, you know what I mean? Like come in there, make a few jokes, do some actions, but more jokes. And I think if you want to be a little bit serious with the characters, you have to elevate Monica Rambeau because Photon, her powers source, is going to be very important going forward. So I think you elevate her over Ms. Marvel.
I think they're both going to get elevated. I think that we hadn't seen enough from Monica Rambeau in WandaVision because they kind of dropped the ball. When she got her powers, and they didn't show us her really displaying the powers. So we don't really know what she can do. So so by that alone, she's gonna be elevated because we're gonna see more of her power set. With Miss Marvel, we saw her power set, even though some people don't like it. I think that Bigums or whatever they called it. Now she's doing whatever it is now.
Hard lights.
Which I kind of like better than the Bigums because I think the Bigums was more
Embiggen.
I'm sorry.
You keep saying it like if you just said like Anzo just called her Proton. I let that slide, but you keep saying it wrong. She Embiggins.
Embiggins.
Yeah.
Some stuff does not translate to live action like others. I don't think Embiggen powers would have translated because it goes back to the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic, it didn't look right. I don't know because it was special effects, whatever. It didn't look right in live action like it does on the comic book. the Embiggens, I don't think would have translated as well as his power with the likes, whatever she has now. So I think that's why they changed it, because sometimes, prime example, Aquaman, orange and green looks fantastic in the comic book. When we saw Jason Momoa in the orange and green, I was like, that don't necessarily look right.
Yeah.
But we saw him in the other ones where he had on the dark green and the dark stuff, it looked more just like the X-Men. Some of the X-Men stuff will not translate into live action, so they got to change it. So I think that's the problem of the Embiggen versus the power she has now.
Well, you brought up the X-Men. She is a mutant, which I got some problems with that. That is why they cannot flop with this character. And I guess that's my final nail in that bed, in that coffin, for why they'll promote her. Last question. Nick Fury dies. I mean, he's 70 years old, you know. No. Okay.
Nick Fury in the comic books took some kind of, what do they call it?
Infinity formula.
Legacy.
No, Infinity formula.
Yeah. So that's going to extend his life. So it's going to slow his aging process. I don't think it's going to give him any kind of superhuman strength or super soldier serum, but I think it's going to.
What does that have to do with Samuel L. Jackson? He will continue to age. You acting like the comic book is going to make Sam Jackson live forever.
But they got de-aging now. I mean, and they got this artificial intelligence that's what everybody telling me is going to make it so that one day we won't need nobody. We just need their image, and voila, you can do whatever you want to do.
You make me feel silly for saying some stuff. You call me kooky and whatnot. That, Danny, that is the craziest.
I'm not telling you what I believe. I'm telling you what we are being told.
Oh, and hold on, Danny, there's a little bit of truth to what Danny's saying, because I believe they are starting to put in your contract where not only can they use your voice and stuff, they can use your physical likeness. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, ain't nothing I'm making up.
So there's no rush to kill this guy in case he actually dies in real life.
No, I'm saying if they are able to do it, if AI is what people are saying it is, and what I've heard it is, it's going to be a day when, we saw it in Terminator, just using that, how they did one thing superimposed. No, what's the thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger? And he was running, he was chasing, they was running after him in the thing with the different killers. Running Man. You see how they superimposed those faces where he was fighting the thing, and it was actually two other people, but the computer was able to superimpose and show it, and it looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger fighting Captain Freedom, whatever, and he killed him at the end. But actually, it didn't happen because the computer was able to digitally put his face on the other face. So if they can do that in a movie now, and AI supposed to be all this supercomputer and do all this kind of stuff, why can't they do that now?
And I think they got Stan Lee's permission to do that, or at least from his family, right? I know they definitely got it from Darth Vader voice.
James Earl Jones. Yeah.
James Earl. Yep.
And he's alive, so I'm not going to complain when I hear the Vader voice 10 years from, 20 years from now, because he's going to live 10 years.
It's crazy, but technology is a crazy thing.
Okay.
100%. So now, if they put contracts where they can use your likeness, well, they own you pretty much, right? Dave Chappelle always says it on one of his comedies. When he signed his contract, they said they can use his name, or he can't use his own name in any universe. They say in any universe. So they're going to have a contract where they can say, we can use your likeness whenever we want to, sign the dotted line. Of course, they'll get royalties and stuff like that for it. Yeah. But at the same time, with this being like they did it with Tarkin already, we already seen it.
If you think you're going to be famous, you better go trademark your name.
When it comes to ethics, I have no problems with that. If Stan Lee has a cameo in Captain Marvel 2, all good. I'm not going to complain. That's what he loved doing, right? So if you're not misrepresenting him, it's not like he's telling you to vote for a party that he doesn't vote for himself. I'm okay with this. And I'm sure the comment section is going to light me up right now. But you two also feel the same way about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you sign it and you are of sound mind and body, hey, that's your responsibility.
That's right. Hey, let us know in the comments which of the three Marvels is going to be elevated the most. And do the thumbs up thing also. Chill, Anzo, Danny, we're out.